Okay, so this is year 8 and it's unit 4. We're just going to take a wee look then through the notes. This filled done already, but I'll just talk us through it and see how we're getting on. So first one says express 4.5 kilometers in meters. We know that 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. So then 4.5 kilometers is going to be 4,500 meters. You need to times that then by 1,000. Express 12.5 meters in centimeters. We need to times that then by 100 because we know that 1 meter is 100 centimeters. So we times it up and we end up like that. Question 3, example 3, express 3,000 meters in kilometers. Again, we know there's 1,000 meters in a kilometer, so that's going to be 3 kilometers. And then 900 millimeters in centimeters. We know 1 centimeter is 10 millimeters, so we need to divide that by 10 and we get our 90 centimeters. Hopefully we'll follow that okay. In terms of imperial units then of length, so instead of our meters and millimeters, we're now into yards, feet and inches. Express 6 yards 3 feet in inches. 6 yards is going to be 18 feet. So 6 yards is 18 feet, so that means it's going to be 6 yards there, that's the 18 feet, and then 3 feet added on to that is going to be 21 feet, and we need to change that into inches, so I've then done 21 times 12, 2 times 1 gives me 2, and then my 2 times 1 gives, 12 times 1 gives me 12, goodness me, I'm losing my mind here, 12 times 2 then gives 25, so 252 inches, alright. 97 inches in feet in inches. We know that 12/8 are 96, and because there's 12 inches in a foot, that means you're going to get 8, and then there's 1 left over, so it's going to be 8 foot 1 inch. How many yards are there in 3.5 miles? Again, if you look up here, it says 1,760, so we need to times that by 3.5. How do you times 1,760 by 3.5? We do times 35, and then we put our decimal point into place. So again, I've done it here, just a long multiplication, 5 times this, 5 times this, 880 for the 5, put down my 0, 3 times 0, 0, 3 times 6, 18, 3 times 7, 21, so it's 22, and add on then for my 5, and I get 61600. Remember it was 3.5, so I need to put a decimal point in here, giving me 6160 yards. Next on then the metric units of mass. So again, things that I would expect you to know. There's 1 ton is 1,000 kilograms. 1 kilogram is 1,000 grams, 1 gram is 1,000 milligrams. Express 4.5 kilograms in grams. So we got to then multiply it by 1,000. 4.5 times 5 gives us 4,500. Express 12.5 grams in milligrams. Again, milli means 1,000, so times this by 1,000, we get 12,500 milligrams. Nice straightforward one. 3,000 kilograms in tons. We know that there are 1,000 kilograms in a ton, so this is going to be 3 tons. And then 90,000 milligrams in grams, we divide by 1,000, and we end up then with 90 grams. Imperial units of mass, there are 16 ounces in a pound, and there are 14 pounds in 1 stone. So express the given quantity in terms of units and brackets. So we need to change pounds and 4 ounces into ounces. Again, we know we're 16 ounces in 1 pound, so 3 16s give us 48 plus the 4, then it's going to give us 52. And then 77 pounds in stones and pounds. 77, and we're dividing it by 14, so we know 14 times 5 gives us 70. If you don't, you just try a few and see how it works out and see how many 14s are going to go into that, then how many left over. So it goes 5, gives us 70, and then there's 7 left over, so it's 5 stone, 7 pounds. Wee bit then of adding and subtracting. These quantities, you just need to be careful with units, obviously. So we have 2 kilograms plus 360 grams. Change it all to the same thing. Okay, 2,000 and 360. Adding them, 2,360. You're asking grams, and then 2.36 kilograms. Again, change them all. They're all in the same thing here anyway, but I changed everything to grams. It just makes my life easier rather than dealing with decimals. 3,000, 2,200, and 760. I add them, I get 5,960, and that's grams, and that's 5.96 kilograms. Find the following in meters and centimeters. 4 meters, 55 centimeters. Again, change to the same unit. So 400 plus 55 is 455. So in meters, it's 4.55 meters. And in centimeters, it's 455 centimeters. This one then again, change to the same unit. 300 178 and 44. Add them, I get 522. That gives me 5.22 meters and 522 centimeters. So some of the stuff then I need to do a little bit more on here, but hopefully that's okay. These are conversions in, and you'll notice we haven't got equal signs here, sorry. So you can see this, these are approximately equal to, so that's where we're doing our approximate conversions in between these. Give the first unit in terms of the unit in brackets. This is a wee bit tougher here, but 4 kilograms we want in pounds. We know 1 kilogram is approximately 2.2 pounds, so we times this by 4 and we get 8.8. 5 meters in inches. We know 1 meter is 39 inches, so we do 39 times 5, which gives us then 195. 6.6 pounds in kilograms. This is a handy one, it just fits in nicely for what we have. 2.2 pounds is 1 kilogram, so 6.6 pounds is going to be 3 kilograms. 13 feet then, and we want that in meters, so I'm going to change it into inches and then see how it works out. So if I do 13 times 12, I get 156. So that's 156 inches. This is quite a tough one. We know that 1 meter is approximately 39 inches. And if we divide 39 into 156, it does go, and it goes 4 times, so my answer then is going to be 4 meters. 17 miles then in kilometers. So it says up here 5 miles is 8 kilometers, or if we want 1 mile is in 1.6 kilometers. So we're going to do 1.6 then times by the 17. So again, I'm going to do it over here. 17 times by 16. 6 times 7 is 42. 6 times 1, that's going to be 10. Put down my 0. And 7 and 1. 2 and 7 and 2. 17 miles in kilometers. Remember, I took my decimal point out there, so it's 27.2. So 17 miles is about 27.2 kilometers. If we're doing an approximation, we'll probably go for 27 kilometers. Finally then in this one, 56 kilometers. This one works out quite well because up here we have 8 kilometers is about 5 miles, and of course we can write these the other way around. So we know 8 kilometers is approximately equal to 5 miles. 56 kilometers, I hope you know your 8 times tables. We would times that then by 7 to get there, so we're going to times this by 7, and it's going to give us then 35 miles. So that's that one. Okay, so that's converting between metric and imperial units. Some of them can be quite tough, but hopefully you get the idea what's going on. And finally then, squares and rectangles and compound shape. A compound shape is kind of made up of a couple of wee bit different bits and pieces, and we have to find in the area and volume of things like that. Alright, so first of all, remember area of a rectangle is length times breadth. Given a square is a special rectangle that satisfies the properties of a rectangle but has 4 equal sides, so the area is just length times length. Find the area then of the following shape. So the way to do this obviously is to split it up into 2. I'm going to do my line here. You could do your line going across, and that's okay. I'm going to call this shape number 1. I'm going to call it shape number 2, and show our working out all the way through. So 1 area is length times breadth because it's a rectangle. Area is my length here. Can we see that's 4 and that's 1, so that's going to be 5 times 2. 5 times 2, and my area then is 10. Area for the second shape, again, write out my formula. Area is length times breadth. Area is, that's 5 times 1. So the area of that's going to be 5, so the area of this shape, 10 plus 5 is equal to 15 centimeters. I hope that makes sense to people. The other thing that some people do is they actually make it bigger and extend it on out like that. Find the area of the whole thing and take away the other wee shape. You can do it that way too. Cuboids then, you should be able to make cuboids in nets. Find the volume of a cuboid. Find the volume of a cuboid which is 2 meters long, 30 centimeters wide, 50 centimeters deep. So our volume then is equal to length times breadth times height. I'm going to change everything in the centimeters here. So it's 200 times 30 times 50. So 2 times 3 gives me 6 times 5 gives me 30. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that will be then centimeters cubed. Just be careful here, people. This is quite confusing now. We're also going to do this in meters. Length times breadth times height. Volume is 2 times 0.3 times 0.5. 0.15, and that actually gives us then 0.3 meters cubed. It looks like this isn't right, but it is, and again your teacher will discuss this a wee bit further with you, but those two are the same things, and again I would accept either of those. Alright, draw an accurate net for this cuboid. Hopefully we can picture how this all kind of shapes out, but we want to try and draw the net as if it's kind of all folded out. So I can see it's going to be this sort of shape here, if we can get it to fit in. There's 8 centimeters. Hopefully you'll excuse my scale. I'll explain a bit more about this as I do it. I'm doing the 4 sides all folded out, and then I'm going to mark off my 2 centimeters at each stage. Again, more explanation to come, I promise. Okay, we have that there. We have that there. And one more line should do it. So let's see. I don't know if people can picture that as a box. I hope you can. And this here is the base of the box. So here is your X, and here is the X here. Can you imagine these two sides coming up? Here. Sorry, can't even see it. Oh, that's awful. Sorry about that. Here it is here. So let's picture that this is the X here. This is the X at the base of the box. Can you picture those two sides coming up here to make a box? And then this here is the lid of the box. So it would be the net, and that will fold in all the way over. I hope that makes sense for you.